Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jai Hind, Namaskar. So I hope I am properly audible and visual to all of you. Good morning, everyone. So I hope I am properly audible and visual to all of you. Okay. So I welcome you all to this session, and we are going to start the daily newspaper editorial analysis part. So this is one thing which is going to help you in your answer writing. Okay. And the topics which we are going to discuss today, the articles which are there, there is one article which is related to this digital vigilantism. This is one article which is very emerging trend which we can see in society, a digital vigilantism. We will try to understand what exactly is this, and then we will try to understand that what has been said by the Delhi High Court in this regard. What has been said by Delhi High Court in this regard, why this has emerged, what are the concerns, and what should be the approach in the future. So we are going to discuss all these sections one by one. Now see here. So we have this one challenge, digital vigilantism. Then we have another part which is related to UAE and OPEC. Last day we have got a news. That UAE has left OPEC. Now we are going to see this part, that if UAE has left OPEC, then what will be the impact of it on India? What will be the impact on global supply of oil and everything? So we are going to see all these parts in this one article. And then we have to also see about the Gulf War or Iran war and its impact. So there are two editorials which are related to this one part, the West Asia issue, and this one article, the first article, is related to digital vigilantism. Okay. Now see, what exactly is the case of digital vigilantism? You may have seen nowadays that what's happening. Suppose that there are two people, they have got some scuffle. Okay. If there are two people on flight, maybe on train, or maybe in any public space, they have got some scuffle, they have got some tension between them. Now generally what happens that many a times you are seeing that someone of them is making a video. It may be of a few seconds, like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds. Okay, a very short video. What they do, they make a short video. Okay, or what they do, they make a post. And in this short video or post, they are simply blaming a person. Now what generally happens that many of the celebrities, many of the influencers, they jump in this part. They also want to take part. They also want to become viral. They want to make any such thing on, make any comment, make any such opinion on those things. Like suppose if two persons are having fight, one of them has made a post, and now some people, without knowing the fact of it, without knowing any such thing about it, without knowing the complete story, what they do, they start making their own opinion videos, their own shorts, their own reels and memes, just because they want to become viral, just because they want to gain some popularity from there, gain some followers from there. So this is one trend which we see here, that now this post, now the influencers come here. Now we see that there are certain influencers, there are certain celebrities. What they do, they just try to be in that race, that if something has come to surface, let's have a fun of it, let's have a opinion on it, without even going in the complete detail of it, without even having a proper knowledge of it. They start just doing this one thing on the basis of their own perception. They start doing this, their like blaming part, or they start harassing someone, defaming someone just because of their own perception. So this is one issue which we have seen in the present times, that we have seen many such people who have come to forefront. They start defaming a person, they start saying something without even knowing the entire story, without even knowing the entire context. Now in this situation, what we see that the Delhi High Court, it has said that digital vigilantism can go beyond free speech, and it can lead to public shaming, especially through unverified social media posts. That this digital vigilantism which is there, that people are suddenly becoming vigilant and they start doing any sort of things. So this is going beyond the free speech. You are starting to defame someone without even knowing the reality of it, without even knowing the both sides of the story. So this is one part on which the Delhi High Court has given an observation, that it may go beyond that free speech. So people have to be a little bit more careful. Now the question is, like, this is one part of the story. This is one part of the story that Delhi High Court has says that the digital vigilantism is a challenging trend. It is a challenging trend. It can go for defaming of people, public shaming. It can have a significant impact on the accused or the victim. Okay. Now in this situation, we have to understand that why there is a digital vigilantism. Why we are having a digital vigilantism. Okay. That is one side of a story, that people want to get the screen time. But there are other parts of a story also. Why this is becoming popular? Why? Because lack of trust. There is a lack of trust in institutions. There is a lack of trust in institutions. That if you are making a formal complaint to an institution, there is a lack of trust whether you are going to get justice or not. So many people, if they are going to social media, many people, when they are going to social media, when they are going to any such, making such post, one of the major thing is that it is because of the lack of trust in the institutions. It is also because a delay in judicial system. There is a delay in a judicial system. It is considered as a tool of empowerment. As a tool of empowerment. This is something which is giving voice to weaker section. So why this has emerged? It has emerged because of all these things also. Of course, there is one part, there is one side of part that this getting a screen time, influence, follower, or being a part of trend. This is also one side of a story, that many people are making some videos, some posts and other things which are just for getting this influence, getting this followers, getting the part of trend. That is also one side of a story. But there is another side of a story also. That yes, this is because of these factors also. There is a lack of trust in institutions. They know that if they are making complaint, there may be a limited, or there may be no such remedy for it. They know that the judicial system is often delayed. The justice is often delayed. They are also having this one part. It is considered as a tool for empowerment. Many times people are making videos against those powerful people. They cannot say about them in front of them. They cannot say about them in open or in public, because they know that it can be harmful for them. So digital space is providing them a safe opportunity. The digital space is providing them a safe opportunity. So that's why they are going for this digital vigilantism. So it's not that it is entirely wrong, but it should not be crossing the limit of free speech. It should not be crossing the limit of free speech, because what we see that when we are talking about this digital vigilantism, what we see that this is something which can result in trial by media and public spectacle instead of fair investigation. We have a media which is highly volatile these days. They are not concerned about facts, they are concerned about their own narratives. We are having a media which is highly volatile these days. As soon as they get some breaking news, they are like, they want to become a part of that entire trend. They also want to start the media trial even before the case goes to the court. They start declaring someone as a criminal. They start making their own stories. They start adding spices to that story. So this is one thing. It starts a media trial. It is also like hampering. It is also hampering the fair investigation. It risks violating the natural justice and fair trial principles. Okay. So what we see that both of them can be hurt, both of them can be disadvantaged. The accused also, the victim also. Okay. So what we see that this digital vigilantism is like denying the justice. The purpose of digital vigilantism was to ensure the justice, but many a times it has become a source of denying the justice to the people. It has become a source of denial of justice to the people. So now the thing is that what should be done? What should be done? What should be done? First of all, if we look at it, it is a clear warning that we have to improve institutional response. We have to, of course, improve institutional response. We have to improve institutional response. At the same time, we have to instill confidence among people. We have to instill confidence among people with respect to institutions. That we have to instill confidence among the people with respect to the institutions. At the same time, we also have to do another part. That we have to develop a code of ethics with respect to digital space. Here we are not talking about censorship, because censorship is not fair. Censorship can be used for wrongful purposes. So we need to develop a code of ethics for social media. We need to make awareness among the people. We need to generate awareness among the people. So this is also one thing which we need to do. That there should be an awareness among the people. What you have to do, what you don't have to do. What should be your approach if you are seeing such a video or anything like that. So this is one of the part that digital vigilantism started with a noble cause, but meanwhile in this mid-term it has got deviated from the purpose. Now people are using this digital vigilantism for their own needs, for their own benefits. So this is something which is quite much challenging. Yes. So without knowing the entire story also, people start doing so many trends, people start following so many things. So what we see that without knowing anything, without knowing any part, without knowing the entire story, there should not be a simply that you have just seen a headline. People should not be rushing to just make an opinion video on that. Nowadays the algorithms are running in that manner that if there is something good, if there is something good on internet, people rarely follow that. If there is something good on internet, people rarely follow that. And if there is a trend, it may be harmful also. It may not be very much of use. It may not be very much of use, but then people are crazy behind it. So people are not looking for good things. Okay. And it's not that like there is only good thing. Of course, there are many challenging things happening in the country. But then again, you have to find your priority. You have to see everything objectively. It cannot be just like you have seen a video and then just on the basis of that you can make your opinion. Okay. So this is the first part, digital vigilantism. Okay. Now, coming to the second portion. Here we have this UAE exit from OPEC. So can you tell me what is this OPEC? I think last day you may have seen the daily current affairs session. So in last day daily current affairs session, we have discussed about this OPEC. So can you tell me what is this OPEC? Can you tell me what is this OPEC? What is this OPEC? What is this group all about? Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. So do you know about this? Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, that's fine. But tell me about this. What's so unique? What is so unique about that group? What is the uniqueness of this group? In last day current affairs session, we have discussed about this OPEC. कल के सेशन में हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था इसके बारे में. See, this is a country which is like a group of, this is a group of major petroleum exporting countries. So this group, what is the aim here? What is the aim of this group? Okay. The aim is to ensure that the petroleum exporting countries, they are getting some benefit. The prices of petrol or diesel are rising in a sustainable manner. Okay. So this is ensuring crude oil price remains sustainable. So this one is ensuring that crude oil price remains sustainable for the OPEC nations also and for the buyers also. And how does it do it? How? By controlling production of crude oil. So it does so by controlling the production of crude oil. It is giving a quota to all the countries. It is deciding a quota for all the nations. That how much oil they are going to produce and sell. So that no one of them is producing huge amount of oil. No one of them is like producing a significantly higher amount of oil, which may lead to a challenge. Which may lead to a challenge of what? It may lead to a challenge of reduction in the prices, too much supply, lesser demand. So that's why this OPEC countries are there. Now the question is, so UAE. So here we have got our country UAE. Okay. We see that UAE Now this UAE, it has decided to quit OPEC. So this is effective from 1st May. Effective from 1st May 2026. That is from tomorrow onwards. From tomorrow onwards, the OPEC, now it will be a group of 11 countries. Now the OPEC will be a 11 countries group from tomorrow. From 1st of May, now there will be 11 countries in OPEC. So it has decided to quit. Now the question is why? The question is why? That why it has decided to quit this OPEC. You all are aware that we have got this Iran war. We have got this Iran war. Okay. So there has been a significant damage. There has been a significant damage to economy, infrastructure. So there has been a significant damage to economy and infrastructure. Now what we see that now UAE, it wants to rebuild. It wants to grow at higher rate. So what is the solution for them? The solution is to increase oil production. To increase oil production. So within the OPEC, it has to follow the quota. OPEC में रह के इसको quota को follow करना है. In the case of OPEC, if it is part of OPEC, then it has to follow that quota limit. It cannot go beyond it. So it has decided to quit this OPEC. Now, what will be the impact of it? Of course, UAE will be getting its benefit. But what will be the impact? The global impact. What will be the global impact? What will be the global impact? Now, see, we have seen that OPEC has become weak now. This OPEC, it has become weaker. So, control on oil prices. So, it's control on oil prices. This is something which is also weak now. So, its control on oil prices is weaker. Now, every country is going, now many other countries are going to also, going to, like, may decide to leave OPEC or OPEC plus. And in that situation, oil price volatility may follow. Oil price volatility. What we see that may follow. Initially, the prices can be lower. But in long term, it may have a greater volatility. Sometimes the prices will be too much lower. Sometimes it will be too much higher. So prices may go up and down. So this is something which may become a concern. This is something which might become a concern. For global oil supply. So in future, it may become a concern for global oil supply. Yes, in the near term, in the immediate future, we may see that there can be a reduction in the prices of the oil. UAE might offer the crude oil at lower prices. The UAE might be offering the crude oil at lower prices. So initially the price may go low. But in the long term, there can be a higher volatility in this oil prices. What we see that OPEC has been somewhat able to control or sustain the oil prices, except the extreme cases. We have seen some extreme cases like the war. So when we are not talking about the war, in that situation we see that there has been somewhat stability in the oil prices in the recent times. There has been somewhat stability in the oil prices in the recent times. So this is one of the part which we see that it might become a concern for global oil supply. Now, when we talk about India, what about India? This is the part which we see about the world. So what about India? When we talk about Indian perspective, so we have seen this one thing, energy security. Okay. So we are dependent on the Gulf nations, on the Gulf oil, and this instability may affect supply and prices. That is one part. We have also got around 9 million Indians in the Gulf. The tension in the Gulf regions between the different countries, the tension which is evolving in the Gulf nations between the different countries, it may impact their safety, jobs, remittances, which is even up to 40 to 50 billion dollar per year. Okay. What we see that investment flows, it may also reduce overseas investment, which might also affect India. We also see that there is opportunity for migration and economic engagement, which may become uncertain in the near future. Gulf nations were evolving. Gulf nations were evolving in the same manner as the European Union. Gulf nations were evolving in the same manner as the European nations. There was a belief that Gulf is one of the most secure region. There was a belief that Gulf is a peaceful region now. But that illusion is gone. That confidence about each other, that peace which was existing in the Gulf region, now it is gone. So it is something which is about the economic uncertainty in the Gulf region. Okay. This production may reduce prices temporarily, but the conflicts, LPG shortages, or other things may arise in the future. So there is an implication for India also. Now, what we need to do? What will be the solution for us? Okay. Engagement with all partner. Engagement with all stakeholders. We have to engage with all stakeholders, UAE, OPEC, non-OPEC, everything. Diversification of energy basket. Diversification of sources of energy. Reducing the reliance. Reducing reliance on crude oil. This is perhaps the best opportunity for India. This is perhaps the best opportunity for India to reduce the reliance on oil. Let me give you one example. In 2016, there was one step which was taken by government. Why it was taken, whether it was successful or not, that is a different thing. Okay. But you may have seen this one thing, that there was an event on 8th of November 2016, that was demonetization. Now, whatever may have been the cause of it, whether it was due to Dhurandhar movie or it was due to any other thing, we don't know about that. Okay. But at the same time, you will see that demonetization has led to a revolution in the digital payment in country. It has led to a revolution in digital payment in the country. UPI became so much popular. UPI has become so much popular that it has become one of the very successful models, not in India, but across the world. UPI has emerged as a very much successful model across the world. So what we see here, now it is always said that there is an opportunity in crisis. There is always an opportunity in crisis. So the Gulf crisis, the Gulf crisis in 2026 provides an opportunity for India to move itself from the dependence on crude oil towards electric vehicles or towards renewable sources of energy. This is the time when we have to make a decision. This is a time when we don't have to look at that whether we are just getting the supply of oil or not. This is the time when we can revolutionize it. This is the time when we can make sure that we are moving towards the electric vehicles. This is the time when government can incentivize the adoption of electric vehicles. ये वही टाइम है जब आप इंसेंटिवाइज कर सकते हो. दिस इज द राइट टाइम. दिस इज द परफेक्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी. So this crisis is in fact an opportunity for India. It is an opportunity for India to solve many of its problems. It can solve the problem of forex reserve. It can solve the problem of energy security. It can solve the problem of pollution. It can solve the health related problems. Okay. So many problems which are there because of oil and oil related things, all these things can be changed. This is something which can create huge amount of jobs also within India. So this is one such opportunity. This is in fact one such opportunity that the Gulf crisis is providing us. Okay. So that is the second topic, that what is the issue, what we have to do. Okay. I hope that part is clear. Agreed. Okay. So let's start. Let's start the next part, the next editorial which we are having. Okay. This next editorial is with respect to the war on Iran and the Gulf shattered illusions. Okay. There was a belief. There was earlier a belief. And that belief was Gulf, this is a peaceful region. Gulf is peaceful, highly secured. US is a net security provider. US is a net security provider. In fact, this Gulf region was considered most secure place in Asia. This was something which was considered most secure place in Asia. In fact, it was understood that it is the west of Asia, that we have a western world. We have a western world which is very much secure, which has got so many safety and everything. It has got economy flourishing. It is having all these developed nations trade. So the West Asia, the Gulf countries used to think that there is no challenge for them. There is no issue for them. In fact, US was their main security provider. So this Iran war, what it has done, it has made sure that the illusion is over. This illusion is over. This entire illusion which is there, this entire illusion, it is over now. The West is no longer a safe place. The West Asia is no longer a peaceful, a highly secure region. It is no longer a highly secure region. It is US is not a net security provider. The Gulf nations, they are not the most secured place in Asia. They are having the same challenge as any other Asian nation. So this is one part which we see here. Now, like what we see, if we look at this, of course, Iran is devastated. It's not that Iran has emerged as a very much powerful country. What we see that Iran is something which has been devastated, like physically and institutionally devastated. Cities have been destroyed, infrastructure crippled, energy system disrupted. Its governance has weakened, leadership decapitated, and ministries paralyzed. What we see that the social fabric, that trust has collapsed, community has become fractured. In the last 1 to 2 years, all these things have happened in Iran. So it's true that Iran has been able to survive. Iran has been able to survive, but it has become quite much weaker. ये उसी तरीके से like during the COVID time, some people were very much hospitalized. They have gone to ICU, but finally they survived. So Iran has been there in ICU now. ईरान जो है वो ICU में है, but it will take a longer period of time before it recovers. Okay, it will take a longer period of time for recovery. What we see that its oil exports has been disrupted. LNG, LPG shortages has been there. There has been human cost also, mass displacement, long-term psychological and social scars will be there. So this war which has been there in Iran, this is not just a short-term battle. This is not just a short-term thing. It is going to have a long-term impact on the entire world. पूरे वर्ल्ड पे एक लॉन्ग टर्म इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा. Okay, but we are concerned more about India. Okay, we are concerned about India. Like if we talk about this, like what is going to be the impact on India? Okay, so India is connected to this Gulf via energy import, trade, and diaspora. If we look at our section, if we look at our point of view, we have energy import, we have trade, we have diaspora. Okay, what we see that this is something which is impacting oil prices, remittances, trade routes, and economic security. The impact is also for us. The impact is also for us. Okay, now at the same time, whenever there is a crisis, there is an opportunity. Whenever there is a crisis like this, there is always an opportunity. This Gulf War, like in like decades, in various decades, there is a time when someone has to take a tough decision. When someone has to take a tough decision and they have to follow it. So this is the time when India has to take a tough decision. Like in 1990s, we have gone for LPG reforms. In 1998, we have gone for nuclear. Okay, we have gone for nuclear test. In 1990s, we have gone for this LPG reforms. We have gone for the nuclear test. Okay, so these things have been taken there. Okay, then again in 2016, we have gone for digitalization of economy. Digitalization of economy. So there have been some moments. There have been some moments when there was a crisis. When there was a crisis, and from that crisis, there was an opportunity. In all these situations, you can see there has been a crisis. In the case of 1990s also, we were having this balance of payment crisis. In 1998, we were aware that if we are not going to develop it, Pakistan is going to have the nuclear weapon. And if Pakistan was able to get its nuclear weapon before us, then the scrutiny over India would have been much further higher. So what we see that this 1998 nuclear test, it was also because of a challenge which was existing. Then this 2016, when there was this crisis due to this demonetization, there emerged the digitalization of economy. So now here we are having this Gulf crisis. Here we are having the Gulf crisis. Okay. This is providing us an opportunity. We have seen with this is where we have to look at energy security. How we have to look for energy security? I have already told you in the last session, in the last part, that how we can ensure our energy security. This is the time when we can also become a bridge for reconstruction. This is something when we can become a bridge for reconstruction. This is also the time. This is also the time when India can emerge, can emerge as a regional power. It can emerge as a regional power. Okay. This is also the time. This is also the time when we can also redefine our diplomacy. We can redefine our diplomacy. But what we see that it has been some time. It has been 2 months. It has been 2 months. But there has been a lack of a mission mode action on this part. There has been a lack of a mission mode action on this part. We are still in a passive mode. हम लोग अभी भी passive mode में ही चल रहे हैं. We are not becoming active. So see, whenever there is a crisis, there is an opportunity. In every crisis, there is an opportunity. So this crisis has emerged, and this should be taken as an opportunity. So now it totally depends on us. It totally depends on us that how we are using this. How we are using this. So once in a decade, there is an opportunity. Once in a decade, there is an opportunity. So this is that opportunity. Opportunity to capture POK. नहीं अभी उसके लिए time है. There will be some time, but right now the opportunity is to siege the table in West Asia. Because if we are not doing it, then Pakistan is doing it. अगर हम लोग ऐसा नहीं कर रहे हैं तो पाकिस्तान तो कर रहा है. Okay. Whether we accept it or not, Pakistan, even though it is a proxy, Pakistan is not acting on its own, even though it is acting as a proxy, but it is becoming powerful there. So this is the time when India has to take its lead. India has to take its initiative. We cannot be sitting beside like television and watching what's happening in West Asia. This is the time when we have to take a lead in West Asia. Yeah. Now, so on the basis of this, there are 3 questions. Prosperity built without strong foundations of security, cooperation, and trust is unsustainable. Discuss in context of Iran and Gulf War. Okay. So this is one part. Prosperity built without the strong foundation of security, cooperation, and trust is unsustainable. Okay. So this is one thing which you have to write. Examine the reasons behind the rise of digital vigilantism and evaluate its outcome. Okay. So this is one part which you have to write. ये दोनों questions को आपको practice करना है. Okay. So these are the 2 portions which you have to practice. Now coming to this one section, coming to this one part, AI is not just a tool but a force multiplier that is changing how decisions are made. Comment. So how many people have written this answer? कितना time लगा? क्या क्या dimensions आपने इसमें include किए हैं? So tell me about this. We are having this mains answer writing practice. We are having this mains answer writing practice on daily basis. We are having this mains answer writing practice on daily basis, and if you are working on daily basis, अगर आप इस पे daily basis पे काम करते हो, तो then you are surely going to get better. And I think it has been almost we have started from 7th of April. We have started from 7th of April. 7 because of a reason. We have chosen the date 7 just because of a reason. You may be aware about that. Okay. So we have started from 7th of April, and this is 30th. Today is 30th April. So we are having around 19 sessions in this month. We are having 19 sessions in this month. So I think 18 times you have written answer, more than 30 answers in 1 month. You may have written more than 30 answers in 1 month. So tell me, how has been your performance? 4 to 12 minutes. Okay, 7-8 मिनट में हो जा रहा है. Now, so if we talk about this topic, the first thing is introduction. पहला पार्ट है इंट्रोडक्शन को लेकर. So AI is not just a tool but a force multiplier that is changing how decisions are made. Okay. So here what you can do, you can start with that example. You can start with that example, the recent example of Singapore foreign minister. You can start with that example of the foreign minister of Singapore, that how he has used AI. उन्होंने AI का कैसे इस्तेमाल किया in order to take decisions in the diplomatic meetings. तो इसका आप इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो in that part. Now coming to the second part, AI is a tool that is changing how decisions are made. It is not asking especially about the diplomacy. It is not asking especially about the diplomacy. So you can mention it in different segments. That okay, like how it is helping in AI and decision making. How it is helping in decision making. So you can make part like diplomatic meetings. That here how it is helping. You can mention about business deals. You can make about business deals. You can talk about public policy. You can talk about the public policy, that if a policy is being made, if a policy is also being made, you can talk about that also. You can talk about this in administration. In administration. You can talk about this in like health. You can talk about this in health also. You can talk about this. Okay. You can talk about this in health segment also. You can talk about this in transport management also. In transportation also, AI is helping in decision making. Transportation. In e-commerce or business. One part is business deal and one part is in e-commerce or business. Okay. It is also helping in weather forecasting. So here you have got multiple such options. Here you have got multiple such options. Okay. But here is a word for. So somewhere the answer is also talking about negative thing, is it? No, it's not. Like force multiplier means like here it is not a positive, here it is not a negative thing. It is a force multiplier, means it is increasing. It is increasing your capacity. Force multiplier means your power, your capacity is getting multiplied. Your capacity is getting multiplied. Okay. Your capacity is getting multiplied. So that is force multiplier. Second thing again, कि जैसे एक क्वेश्चन है ऋषभ का कि कमेंट है सर तो नेगेटिव कैसे होगा. इट्स नॉट लाइक कि यू कैन नॉट राइट नेगेटिव. इट्स नॉट दैट यू कैन नॉट राइट नेगेटिव. कमेंट में ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं होता. कमेंट इज कमेंट. You have to give comment. Comment can be positive, comment can be negative also. So comment has no such thing that it will be only positive. A comment can be positive, a comment can be negative, it can be a balanced also. सर मैं वर्ड्स को लिंक नहीं कर पा रही हूं. जैसे गिव मी सम एग्जांपल अंजलि. गिव मी सम एग्जांपल. Do one thing, Anjali. Like, do one thing today. Just write an answer, scan it with Google Lens. Write one answer, scan it with Google Lens, and then copy that text message and put it in the comment part, the comment box of YouTube. So do this one thing. write an answer neatly, then use a Google Lens. Using that Google Lens, scan your copy, and then like once you have scanned your copy, your text will be visible there. You can just like take copy that text, and then you can paste it in the comment. Then I will be able to see that what you are writing. You can see. So this is one part which you can do. Conclusion बड़ा हो जाता है. देखो, once you have written this AI in decision making, I have given you 7 to 8 points, but the word limit here is 150. So even if you are going for 5 or 6, that's also fine. I am giving you 8 points, but even if you are going for 5 or 6, that's also fine. Then you can make a flow chart. About the limitations. What limitations are also there of AI. It should not be just one manner. Okay. It should not be just in one manner. What we see that it have to add the limitations also. इसमें आपको limitations भी add कर सकते हो. And then when you are writing the conclusion, here what you can do, जैसे example के तौर पे कि here if you have to write the conclusion, what you could have done, you could have mentioned that there is a need of refinement, rationalization, and regulation of AI in order to revolutionize the present world. ठीक है, आर का रिपीटेशन कर सकते हो आप कि there is a need to refine, regulate, and rationalize AI systems in order to revolutionize the potential of AI. In order to revolutionize the potential of AI in the present world. कैसे लिख सकते हो आप? There is a need to refine, regulate, and rationalize AI in order to revolutionize the potential of AI systems. Okay. देखो 15 मिनट से टाइम को रिड्यूस करके 8 से 10 मिनट में कैसे लाया जा सकता है. Just tell me how you have been able to bring it to 10 to 15 minutes. जैसे आपने पहले दिन आप सब में से कई लोगों ने आंसर लिखा था. You have told me that you are taking around 25 to 30 minutes. In the beginning of the session, when you were writing the answer, you were taking around 25 to 30 minutes. Wait for one more month. Once you are having the content, once you are having this regular answer writing practice, then within the next 1 month you will find that from 10 minutes it will come back to 8.5 to 9, and then within the next one again month, by the end of June, you will find that you are writing well within the time. Okay. So just you have to work regularly. सर यहां तक तो आ गया. प्रेशराइज सिचुएशन हो जाती है, राइटिंग खराब होने लगती है. ठीक है, तो ऑफ कोर्स दिस इज समथिंग वेर यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस. हम यहां तक तो आ गए. यहीं तक पहुंचने के बारे में तो पहले सोचा था कि पहले यहां तक पहुंचे. यू हैव टू टेक द स्टेप्स वन बाय वन. एक ही बार में जंप नहीं करना है. यू हैव टू टेक द स्टेप्स वन बाय वन. यू डोंट हैव टू जंप डायरेक्टली टू इट. तो वंस यू आर वर्किंग स्टेप बाय स्टेप, one day one step, then you are going to reach there that point. Okay. You have to just work on it on daily basis. Okay. So yes, if you are able to write the answer in 8 minutes, UPSC demands that you should be able to write the answer in 7 minutes if it is of 150 words. So you are nearly there. And do understand this one thing. Many people who have completed their syllabus, who have completed all these things, they are still not able to write the answers in 15 minutes. And within 1 month, with regular answer writing practice, you have been able to reach to 8 to 10 minutes. So that is something which is highly appreciable. Okay, bilkul. So that will be all for today. Practice a lot, practice the same answer again and again, and you will find the change. See, this is what we are doing. We are practicing so many questions that many of them are going to be repeated when you are writing the mains test series, when you are writing your mains examination also. So once you have already practiced many of these questions, then it is going to help you in the examination. Okay. सर 250 वर्ड को कंप्लीट कैसे करें, मतलब आंसर ही नहीं होता आगे लिखने का. ठीक है, उस पर भी हम लोग बात करेंगे. टुडे वी आर हैविंग 150 वर्ड्स ओनली क्वेश्चन. वी विल टॉक अबाउट सम क्वेश्चंस वेयर यू हैव टू राइट 250 वर्ड्स. यू विल फाइंड दैट right now you are thinking how we will reach 200 230 words. Once we have discussed the content of it, you will find that how to contain it in 200 to 250 words. Okay. So that will be all for today. Thank you everyone. Let's meet in the evening session at 6 p.m. Thank you. Take care and all the best.